Hello and welcome everybody to the Hobby CNC with Dave show. I hope you all are having a good weekend. I don't have a whole lot to talk about tonight. We're going to show some viewer photos that were sent to me, and I only have a few of those, but I do have a big crowd on hand here. I've got my buddy Ryan here with me.
Hey,
We've got Mr. Russ Meadows in the house.
Hello, everybody.
Dawn is here. Mr. Rob Schuster's in the house. How you doing,
Howdy.
Rob?
How's it going?
And Paul Corliss. How you doing, Paul?
great.
And just as a bonus, well, it's not really a bonus. I've got my 3D printers running, so I've got a camera on them so I can keep an eye on them during the show.
He
So
named them Mutt and Jeff.
I have a camera in the CNC running right now too. So
yeah, it's the life of a maker, I guess, trying to keep stuff running when you got other stuff to do. So, but anyway, and also I thought it'd be an opportunity for some folks to, I had the video come out this Wednesday about the, some people call it a review, but it wasn't really a review because you gotta have something a while before you can review it. But this is the new, and I don't really know what the fancy name is. It's a new printer from Hictop, HICTOP. It's model number AL13-310. And I don't know what kind of fancy name they're going to come up with it, for it, but it hadn't even been released yet. So I'm trying to get some miles on it, as you can see. And of course, my little one of my little Ender 3s is still cranking out stuff as well. So anyway, welcome everybody. Welcome, guys. Thank you for joining me tonight. Let's see what kind of update we can get from the Wolfman. Have you got some kind of update you can?
Yeah. I was adding to the shop products that are or stuff that's inside of it. My brother-in-law works for a like AutoZone, and they're redoing his store, and so the big giant shelving units that hold all the oil and all that, they put a couple of them out on the curb, and the curb turned into my trailer, which is the shop.
Excellent. Do you have that picture to show, the one you just sent me, or can I bring it up on Facebook?
I don't know. I have it on. I don't have it on my computer. I only have it on my phone.
Okay. Do you want me to bring it up? Is that okay?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it's fine.
Let me. Oh, wait a minute. Did you sent that to me on
I think I texted it to you.
text message? Okay. Well, I can't do that then.
Oh, it's broken.
Never mind.
But it's pretty impressive. They're like 8 feet tall and about 5.5 feet wide, and or 5 feet deep, rather. And then overall, the whole thing is like 10 feet wide. So it's pretty stout.
Yeah, it's a great score. I ain't
Yeah.
kidding. I mean, just think of all the junk. I mean, tools.
Well, that's going to be for. I'm using those for the Christmas light stuff. Also went out and I had to buy about 20. Well, this to give you an idea of how big this racking system is. You can fit 48 27-gallon totes on it.
A lot of storage.
Yeah. So it's pretty beefy. So it'll and that's not even counting like putting stuff on top of it. So
How heavy was that rascal?
it's beast. Yeah. Each one of the racks probably weighs 70 or 80 pounds by itself. It's all heavy steel because it was meant to hold gallons and gallons of oil. So so I lucked out. I might be getting a couple more. So it depends. We're keeping an eye out on their renovations.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, great score, man. You get all the good stuff,
Nothing like that ever happens around here.
I know. I never see any of that stuff.
Got to keep an eye out.
All right, let's go around the horn here, Mr. Russ. You got anything?
No,
like to
basically the only thing I've done is looked at my shop and said I got to start hauling stuff out of there and putting it to the street. So I took mental inventory because that Saturday we were doing a scroll off. So I'm in the shop and I'm looking around. I can't hardly walk through that thing. It's too full of junk. So I gotta start moving stuff, and I'm making up my mind. It's time. But so far, that's as far as I've got.
Yeah. Okay.
I've got it in my mind. Got a plan.
At least you're thinking about it.
I got a plan.
That's the first step. First step. All right, Sean. How about you? I know you've been under the weather. You got anything you want to?
Nothing major. I did some trade trophies for the VFW a few days ago, but other than that, yeah, it's been recouping.
Okay. All right. Rob, I think you probably got something that you can share with us.
Drums. I'm working on the rims now for that drum, which you actually helped me quite a bit with that in Design Spark. I designed them originally in Design Spark and pulled over into Vectric and VCarve, and it's on the machine right now. So
Yeah, let's take a minute and talk about Design Spark. How much have you worked with it? Are you liking it pretty well?
it's yeah, I like it, but I'm more into artsy stuff, and it's more into shapes and which drum rims that I need that shape, and it worked exactly what I needed, but I probably will use it once a month or less.
Yeah.
Long run, but for this project, it's perfect.
But the price was right too.
The price was right.
So,
YouTube University was a lot of help. There's enough people using it, and especially your.
yeah,
I watched
Yeah.
all your videos twice. I think getting it figured
yeah.
out.
Well, I had to break it out the other day too because that's actually maybe I'll show that later. What I'm pointing like I can get to it, but on the printers there, I'm making some stuff, and I had to go into Design Spark and draw that up.
Yeah,
That's pretty much what I use to draw all the stuff I do, on the 3D printing because I'm not doing any artsy fartsy stuff for 3D printing. I'm making some kind of parts that I can use for something.
Yeah, this is the first time I've done. Normally, I do a 3D something on the rotary. I get a 3D file and wrap it around a cylinder. This is the first time I actually got a 3D file that is a standalone file instead of 2.5D wrapped around. Does that make any sense at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the first time I've done that way, so it's a learning process. And the one I'm working on today, I messed up on it, so it's just going to be a test now. But it's going to work. Tomorrow or the next day. Next weekend, I guess. Once I'm back off work again, it's going to work.
I think the more you use that Design Spark, the more you'll like it because it's really nice to get a 3D view of something. Be able to spin it all around and stuff, and especially if I know you've already kind of upgraded your machine, your rotary machine itself, but I can see you modeling that whole thing up with Design Spark so that then when you go to make the next little improvement, it'll be easy to do because you'll have everything all right there. So
That's like always. The machine is good. It does what it's supposed to do, but I am always thinking if I do it again, I would do this, and I would change this, and I would change this, and it's a bad thing to do because it works now. I shouldn't mess with it 'cause if it ain't broke. But us tinkerers, we got to change something once you have an idea.
Alrighty. Well, I don't want people to not go watch your video, but do you have any like props or pictures that you can show to these folks?
I'm sure I do. Let me see. Well, let's go.
Because if in case somebody hadn't gone to see your video yet, I want them to see what what that thing's going to, or get an idea what that thing's going to look like.
go.
Fine.
Okay, am I sharing? Or is it?
Let me see. I'll have to click on it when it comes up here. I don't see it yet.
Oh.
Oh, wait. Yeah, it is. There it is. I'm sorry. There we go.
Okay. I've got a lot of videos on here.
Hi, Mom.
Perception.
Okay, right now I'm messing with the next video. I'm doing the brass lugs. If you can see I made it. Oh, that's a video I actually did for it. But
All right. Now, are you I think you sharing.
I got the wrong one shared.
You got the wrong one shared or something.
Let me drag this over there.
I'm seeing that YouTube thing. There you go.
How's that?
Now we're talking.
Okay. We're just in my photos.
Let me see if I can
There could be a lot of stuff in here. There's a tile we're looking at for our kitchen. New jig. I'm really liking that new jig. That is so much more stable.
That reminded me of a steady rest on a lathe.
That's a lot of similarities. And here's where the drum is right now. This is probably next week's video. I'm going to talk about the finishing and then adding those brass lugs onto it, which here's the, I made a jig to hold the brass lugs so I can drill through in the right spot and whatnot. So that's the jig. It's got the half moon shape to hold see that. The video that'll be in the video next week that I shot. Invoices for stuff I'm doing. See, we're looking at tile right now. Okay, tell that we're looking at tile for the house. And my wife winning a jackpot in Vegas a few weeks ago. Woohoo!
All right.
But that's probably a good example of what I did this most recent video.
That's impressive.
See, I've never seen a drum with a shape like that on the inside. That's just crazy.
To be honest, I haven't either. I mean, I don't want to say I'm the only person doing this because there's probably somebody somewhere, and I hate to say I'm the only person doing this, but in my mind, at least these are all my original ideas. I would like to think, but
Well, I can tell you, Rob, I watch more YouTube videos than I care to admit, and I have never seen anybody even do something close to what you do. So.
you can see that. I don't want to do too much. That's that rim that's cutting right now before it crashed.
And don't give away any secrets for the upcoming videos, but
yeah, that's pretty much all I got right now.
okay. Well, if y'all haven't already gone and watched Rob's video, go check it out. His YouTube channel is Rob Schuster. So just
it's real original.
Yeah, well, mine too. So go check him out.
Rob, kudos to you for showing your photos in your thing, because I would be concerned if I did that there would be some inappropriate photos showing up. I don't know where that one came from.
That's probably more information than we needed.
Yeah.
Screenshots. I don't know, anything.
Here's a shop update. Oops.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, I will. Let's see, Paul. You got anything you want to? What you got?
Yeah, I'm building a bookcase, and when Russ said about he couldn't hardly get through the shop, I almost blurted out, "I feel your pain." But I'm building a bookcase, and I'm at the point where I got to move the bookcase out of my workshop so I can put finish on it someplace that doesn't smell up the house, so I can work on other things in my workshop while the finish is drying on the bookcase. And I'm doing it. I got the carcass made, and I'm going to finish the carcass, and then I'm going to put the face frame on and the trim and finish that separately, just because I've never done it that way, but it seems like it would be easier, so that's what I'm going to do. But I'm building a bookcase.
Okay, sweet. I'm going to tell a little story since I'm showing my 3D printers run here. If you are a coffee session person and you join me weekday mornings for the coffee session, you probably already know what I'm working on. But I have a problem. I know I do, and I'm a borderline hoarder when it comes to stuff. But I showed a piece of stuff, some aluminum extrusion. I've got just a small piece here because I have since. I'll hold this up right here. If anybody in the chat can guess what that is, you'll get some bonus points tonight. But I had a storm door. That's what this is, part of a frame of a storm door. And I replaced it, and you have that big piece of glass in it, so I used that piece of glass for something. It's already being used. But I took these 4 little aluminum extrusions, stuck them over in the corner of my garage, and that's where they have lived for, I know, a good 10 or 12 years. But I was out here the other day, and I'm wanting to, I hate tripods. Whenever I'm doing the thing and I'm showing the CNC and I have a tripod sitting here and I trip over cords, and there have been some mishaps, here on the show. So I decided I'm going to invest in a few more webcams, and I'm going to design me some kind of something that's suspended from the ceiling that I can move webcams around. So I was out here looking around, and I was going around back, got some other junk that I was going to try to use. And then I came in here and I spotted those things over in the corner, and it's like it was just an aha moment. I thought that'd work perfect because it's an extrusion. It's really straight and it's super light. Doesn't weigh anything. So what I did, I started playing around, and this is where Design Spark mechanical software came in. Is I worked with, I guess I'll set up a different view here so people can see what I'm talking about. So I made this is just a little thin piece, but I was trying to get to where something would slide over this extrusion. So once I got this piece, then that's actually what's printing back there now. And I've already got a couple of them. And here are the rails. These have all been cut down to, these 2 are 6 foot, and then I have 2 more that are about 35 inches or so. But what this does now is it's just got some mounting holes. And of course, if I turn it this way, it's got that thing that's going to slide over this. And I've already used some pallet wood for the, I don't know what you'd call them, the little arms that come down that I'm going to be mounting that rail to. But anyway, that's what I'm working on. I love making projects out of basically junk, stuff that I've already got. You take something apart, and I know I'm not the only one that does this kind of stuff. So I would like to ask my viewers tonight, we've got a bunch of you out there. I'd like to ask you if you've made something out of what we won't say junk, but something that would have been thrown away, send me a picture of it, and we'll talk about that during one of these shows. So maybe I won't feel so bad about my hoarding stuff that I do here.
That's repurposing.
Yeah, I like to use that word.
Yeah, repurposing.
But when you think about it, not just Americans, but especially Americans, but really the whole world, we've become such a disposable bunch of folks. It's like, you think about TVs and computers and microwaves and toasters. You use it till it quits, and there's no. You remember how what was the guy? I think it was Emmett on Andy Griffith's show. Emmett ran the repair shop, so they would always carry a toaster or something, and old Emmett would fix it, you know. But there's nothing like that now. Now it's all just throw everything away and
Yep.
go buy something new. But when I originally saved these, the long pieces, because I thought, you know what, that would be good to lay across a sheet of plywood and put a clamp, and then, you know, I'd have to put it on this edge, you know, run your saw along it, and that worked. But they have just a little bit of flex, because even, you know, like you see, it's real thin. It's like 040 is the wall thickness. So I ended up buying a guide of some kind. I bought that at a wood show. But I didn't want to throw those away. I've just had them in the corner. I know a good 10 or 12 years. And it's, you know, I'm pretty excited to be able to use something, you know, because it's like, now that's why I hung on to those. Yeah, that's going to work great. So but anyway, hopefully in the future, on some of these live streams, you will see some better camera angles and all of that. You won't see me falling over cords and knocking the tripods over and all that stuff. So, yeah.
No more comic relief.
That's how that's going to work, I think. We'll see.
Hey, Dave, I just posted that picture to Facebook if you wanted to pull it up.
Okay, let me go grab it real quick.
It's on my thing.
Okay, I will find you here. Also, we got to talk about the giveaway too, because there might be one or two people here that came here for that.
You think?
I'm not. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, let me get it big here. Okay, now let me share. Man, I got so much stuff up because there's so many windows here. Where we at? Okay, yeah. Here's those awesome shelves. Look how big those things are.
Hey,
Yeah, that's an 8-foot ladder sitting next to it.
Wow, that is fantastic.
They are beefy, and there's like another set of shelves that I'm going to put on top of the whole thing, so I'll be able to put the stuff up there too. So the wreaths, the big giant wreaths, because we do some like 60-inch wreaths for some people's houses. So those are in these massive boxes that are in my garage right now. So
Now,
do you have a forklift you're gonna be able to use get stuff off of that thing?
oh, that's the next thing I'm looking.
There you go. You need a forklift for that big monster.
yeah. So did the OSB come with that you got
No,
later?
I bought that today and put it in there.
Okay. Still an awesome score though, man.
Yeah, I mean, overall I have like $140 into that whole thing. So
There's way more.
Dwayne Audrey says it looks like bunk beds.
yeah, they do.
Well, I was telling Ryan when he sent me that picture, I said, you can put a lot of 3D printers on there back to back.
Oh,
That would hold a whole farm.
Farm, yeah.
Heck yeah.
I bet you could mount a scoreboard on the top of it.
Yeah, you could. Hey, and I've reached a milestone with that, with all my printing for that. I have reached over 50% of all the stuff that I need to print.
Yay!
So, yay!
Wow.
I mean, only like 300 more hours of printing left to go.
I have got to get the I'm slacking tonight. I normally try to have this giveaway tool set up, and I'm slacking. But make sure I got it spelled right. Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the giveaway before we forget. Cody sent me a brand new video again for this one. And tonight, he said since this one has been out of stock recently and he just got it back in, we're going to be
Jack was just checking on the 3D printers.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to grab something on there.
he just walked in there?
Yeah, he was looking at him and then walked out.
Okay. He's well trained. He goes and checks on them for me. So yeah, it's going to be the Mini Jenny. So that of course will mean the hashtag. Anybody got a guess?
Mini Jenny.
Hashtag Mini Jenny.
Oh, you want the whole thing?
All one word. Mini Jenny.
Yeah.
So be putting those in, and we'll be doing the drawing for that here in just a little bit. And like I said, I think Cody said those have been out of stock for a couple of weeks or something, so those should be a pretty hot item, I would think. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Cody, for always being our sponsor on that.
Yeah,
Really
we
super
appreciate
awesome.
you.
he
And
is.
if you don't win, go to Cadence MFG
MFG.
Design and order something up there.
Yeah, he's got quite the collection now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I haven't checked his website, like today or anything, but the last time I looked on there, he's got bundles and stuff going on, I think. So yeah, that's head on over there. And by the way, I guess I didn't mention it, but everybody should know. If you got any questions, put them in the chat. Ryan will be tagging them, or if they get past me. Or do we already have any over there? I hadn't looked. No, I don't think so.
No, I've been watching.
Okay. So yeah, okay, here come all the mini genies. So, alrighty. All right, well, I've got just a few pictures. It won't take long to show these. But I'll go ahead and get these queued up while we're killing time here. If I can remember where I put them. There we go. And I hope I got all the ones that have been sent to me, because I only saw a couple of emails. But this, let's see. Let me get queued up over here again. Oops, I'm on the wrong thing. There we go.
Dave, did you tell us what you're printing over there with the printers?
Yeah, it's oh. Oh, I had one set. It's these things.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, the hangers.
Yeah, the hangers or slides or whatever you want to call them, but and I'm not sure how I'm going to do. I put just 3 sets of holes here, and I haven't decided if I'm going to try to 3D print something, or maybe just, I still got some more pallet wood. I may just use my big planer back here to plane the pallet wood down, and then cut out some kind of thing. But I gotta make some knobs and different things, because I want to be able to swing stuff up and tighten it and lock it out of the way and stuff like that. So, but anyway, yeah, that's what I'm making, a bunch of these things.
I'm not going to embarrass everybody with my Swedish. I'm just going to tell our friend LGR FBS, yes.
No, it's not. I translated it to English. It's, which CNC job are you most proud of?
Yes.
Which one are we most proud of? Well, I don't know. Let's think about that here. Let me go through these questions real quick here and get this. If I can click on the right dadgum button. Oh, have I still got a? Oh, there it is. I already had it queued up. Okay, this picture right here. Let's see if I can get in. And I'll have to put my glasses on to read. This was sent in by John Thompson. I believe John is out in the chat. I think I saw him out there. He says, made this for a friend's son and daughter-in-law for the new beach house. Cut on my Gatton CNC with Cody's 60-degree V-bit, also known as the Groovy Jenny, and a 1/8 inch downcut bit. He says he
Yeah.
redrew the artwork because the bit kept pecking the test cut. So it probably had some little noise or something in the file.
Did a good job.
He says my friend hand painted it, and he has to add handles. I believe he said this was a tray, some kind of a tray. That's why there's going to be handles
Pretty cool.
added to it, I think. But I like that. I especially like the little GPS coordinates there.
Coordinate.
You know, you can go to well, there's a couple of different websites, but I've seen guys that get the what do they call it, the rose compass,
Mhm.
and then they'll put the GPS coordinates of somebody's house, you know, where their property is, and then they give those to realtors, and realtors give them to people that just buy a new house, which I think is a cool gift idea and a cool product idea if you're the type person to make that kind of stuff.
I'm
Anyway,
looking at that wood. It looks kind of thin to be a tray of some type, doesn't it? Like a quarter of an inch, maybe. Unless I'm not seeing it right.
I see what you mean when you look
You look
down
at that
here.
angle.
It does look really.
It's
thin.
really thin.
Maybe if John's out there, he can tell us. He can tell us what it was made out of.
If it's used to be used as a tray, I would hate to have mess it all up putting anything on it. It looks nice.
Yeah. Alrighty. Let me get the next couple of pictures I've got queued up here.
John said it's 3/4 of an inch, but it sure doesn't look it.
Okay, yeah. I guess sometimes the way you take a picture, it's deceiving with the camera angle.
Okay.
Okay, we have, and I've showed some of these a while back that were just fantastic. And here's more of the same fantastic work from Mr. Marcelo Ballone.
Marcello, you did a good job, buddy.
Oh, nice inlays.
It's
Yeah,
tight
can
too,
you
see?
look at tight. That's what I'm talking about. Awesome inlays. I would dare to say that he's got this down.
That's what I've been telling him.
I mean, you know, I'll go out on a limb and say he's got this. Here's another one. It's really
Oh.
cool.
Wow. Do you know if those are
Okay.
V inlays or a straight pocket?
All right, let me back up here because I forgot. I got so excited.
Yeah, he
looking
tells
at
me
this.
they're inlays.
He
A true
says
inlay, not a V curve?
the oval is 22 inches by 16 inches, made from yellow birch with black walnut and cherry inlay. Okay, so that's that one. The next one is 18 inches square. He says, I call it the yin yang, made with black walnut and hard maple inlay.
That's a nice piece.
I also have a fine outline of epoxy to highlight the figures. So that would be, I guess, right up there.
Are you
Oh, yeah.
shitting me? Jiminy Christmas.
I tell you, he's got it down.
Oof.
And the last one.
That thin line
Oh.
of the epoxy is a really good idea because even if there were like gaps in the
Yeah.
inlay itself, it takes up
You're
for that.
filling them.
Marcelo, you're
Yeah.
a smart dude. That is smart.
It's beautiful
That
too.
That's pretty awesome.
Okay, and finally, this last one he says is 18 inches square. I call it the Red Dragon, made from hard maple with Padau Wingate and yellow heart inlay.
Man.
Fantastic.
Ugh.
Pretty good, ain't he?
Anybody want to buy my CNC?
That is that's just
I might go
amazing
just
stuff.
set fire to mine.
Wow.
That is just amazing stuff.
Wow.
That's very nice.
And like I said, I think the last time he sent pictures, we had like, I don't know, 5 or 6 of them or something like that. And every single one of them was just gorgeous.
Yeah.
gorgeous. So let me ask Marcello that's out there. I think he's out there, right? Is he out there?
I don't remember seeing his name, but he might be.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, if you're out there, Marcello, are these inlay works that you've made for somebody? Are these commission pieces, or what do you do with all these? Because he really knocks them out, or at least it
Yeah.
seems to me like he does. But that's just, man.
I could do that too if I ever touch my machine.
And I make stuff out of junk.
Oh, you're repurposing.
So, Dave, you did have a question a little bit ago from Dwayne, asking why you're 3D printing them instead of milling them from scrap. But I think that's pretty easy to say why, because it's a complicated design, and I don't think you could cut those like out of a 2x4 or something, right?
Well, yeah, because I don't know if you can. Let me go back to this. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna try to see how it's got those little. It was just so much easier just to draw this shape and put it on a 3D printer and let it do additive manufacturing to make those instead of subtractive.
Subtractive.
And of course I could have made it out of wood and cut it in several pieces and glue them together to get that shape or something. But I wanted something, this is, again, if you look at this, let me do this like this here. If you look at this extrusion, I can't hold it right. There you see. It's got these two little ridges at the top. And see, this is going to go, well, I got to turn it around the right way, Dave. It's just, I want something, it doesn't have to hold a lot of weight because I'm going to be using webcams, and some probably plywood arms or something extended down to hold the camera. But I just need something that'll slide really easy, and I thought about putting some kind of wheels on it, bearing wheel, and I'm like, nah, let's keep it simple. It doesn't do too good on this little short piece, but when I put it on the big piece, I'll be able to just reach up with a stick and slide it around to where I want and leave it. It'll just hang there.
You get stepper motors down there and have it be automatic.
Yeah, you could do all that, but you know me, I'm a keep it simple, stupid kind of engineer guy.
Now, what kind of infill does that have?
I put 50% on pretty much everything I do.
Do you?
I'm probably the only one that does that kind of stuff. I like stuff to, by gosh, I want to feel like it's going to last,
I made a part for my son's motorcycle, and I did it at 100% infill, and boy, it ended up being really strong.
Well, I can't remember what it was. I ran something at 100% one time, not long after I got my Ender 3s, and I thought, holy cow, that's the ticket right there. But, it takes a lot longer.
It does.
But I thought, so let me try it at 50%. And I really can't tell much difference when I grab something and try to break it. I can't really tell much difference between 50 and 100 on most things. Now, if you make it long enough, you could do it probably. But yeah, I like all parts of making stuff. I love repurposing old material. I love being able to, I'm an old sheet metal guy. That's what I did for a living for 30 years or so. I love getting an idea for something and then being able to go to a 3D software modeling software thing like Design Spark that we talked about earlier, draw it up, run like I said, this is the prototype. I only did this. This is only a little over an 1/8 thick because I didn't want to spend hours printing something and find out it didn't fit. So I just printed this in just a little bit. And then once I had that basic shape that I knew was, it's loose enough to slide real easy, but it can't come off once you slide it on there. It's not like it's going to fall off the side or something. So then I just went and finished the rest of the part out, put some holes in it, and that's what you'll be seeing my cameras hanging on before too long.
Dwayne's asking how much did it cost to print a piece like that? Probably maybe $1.
I don't know. I could, a lot of people, I guess, when they're in the print farm business and they're making parts to sell and stuff, they pay attention to the time and the amount of, grams and stuff, I don't pay any attention to that, about the only time I halfway pay attention to it is if I'm trying to use up a spool that doesn't have much on it. I go, well, am I going to have to keep an eye on this to hit the pause and then put another spool on and feed it through and then resume? But other than that, I really don't pay any attention to. I really don't pay much attention to how long it takes, because I don't care as long as the part comes out like I want it and good and solid, and I'm not selling anything, so I don't have to go, I got to figure out what the cost is so I know how much to charge. I'm not worried about it. It's always stuff for me.
I don't think Dave saw that one.
Yeah. Oh.
What's that? Did I miss something?
Oh yeah. Troy said it cost him a cup of coffee. Hint, hint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. John was saying need to add motors. Yeah. See, I could get fancy, but who would I impress with it? Who's going to see it?
I'd be impressed.
Nobody. I'd have to do a whole show, a whole boring show showing everybody how fancy my stuff is just so I could, get a pat on the back for it, because I don't like fancy stuff. I like stuff that works, and I can make it do exactly what I want to do. And besides, a lot of this stuff, when you get it up there and you get the perfect camera spot, you may not move it that much. That's why I'm making several of these, because I'm going to put 2 or 3. I've got 2 of the, this was a door frame, so I've got 2 long pieces that were the sides, and then I got the top and the bottom that are. I almost messed up because I had taken in one of the short pieces to make one of these, to make the test, and I got this perfect, and then I went into the Design Spark and I made this part, made it, had to extrude it on out a little bit and then put the holes in it where I wanted. And I fired up the 3D printer, and Jack and I came outside, and just for the heck of it, when I walked past these things, because they're sitting right back here, I thought, I probably should check. I think the short pieces and the long pieces are the same extrusion, but they might not be. So I went and got my little piece, brought it out here and put it, and sure enough, the 2 sides, the long pieces, are wider. So I had to run back in there and stop the 3D printer, which it has only been getting warmed up, and then go back and get, come out here with a sketch pad and measure the this thicker one. And it was basically the same. It was just a little bit wider here. It was a little bit taller here. All this other stuff was kind of the same. But yeah, I had to go back and change it and then start running these again.
That's cool. Yeah, Kenneth said that in Cura you can actually add in your material cost and it'll tell you.
Yeah, you can do that with most of those slicers, but I don't care. I don't, like I said, I'm not selling anything. And if anybody, what few times somebody has ask me to make something for them, I just make it for them, give it to them. You know, I don't I don't charge for it. It's 3D printing. It's running while I'm doing something else anyway. Now, if I was selling stuff all the time, yeah, I would worry about it. But I'm not. I'm not in the 3D printing business. I just do it for the heck of it, or make, try to make stuff that I.
You could have been in business.
Now I know it looks like I'm in business because I've got, you look at that. Let me get everybody back on here now. That's only 2. I've got another Ender 3, just like that one, sitting on the floor because my table's not big enough. But
that poor Ender 3.
Jerry said, Dave, I need a life-size Yoda printed up. I'll even send you the filament.
There you go.
Yeah, you'd have to send me the filament for that because I don't print any of that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be nice here. I won't. Jerry knows what I'm talking about. He knows what I call it.
Yeah.
There's been very few things that I've printed that haven't been something useful that I can use. I print some funnels and some other things. And that was the problem when I was trying to run this new machine that they sent me to test out. Is I'm thinking, well, yeah, I need to run stuff to test it, but I still don't want to run junk that I'm just going to throw in the landfill. I want it to be something halfway useful anyway. But
he says movie props are not toys.
Okay.
You're going to disagree.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
don't even want to get me started about movies.
DT's saying, how do I send a picture to you? I guess you got some projects want to show off?
Who's that?
DT.
DT?
Yep.
Well, you can do. I usually tell people to email them, but some people will send them on a Facebook message, or if they know how to text me, they'll send them on a text message or something. The easiest way to do it is if you don't know my email address, and like I said the other night, I quit giving that out during live shows just because I get so much spam and stuff the way it is. But if you just go to the website, davegatton.com, click on the little envelope that's up in the right-hand corner, that's a contact thing. And plus there's somewhere on there is my email address. So you can either click on that. If you just send it through the contact form, once I get it, I'll just turn around and you just say, hey, I got some pictures I want to send you. I'll just reply to it, send it back to you, and then you can attach the pictures and send them. Just reply to that one. But
Mako asked a question. He's asking if the 3D printer use the same G-code program. I don't think so, no?
Well, not exactly the same, but it's pretty similar.
Uses G-code.
Yeah. They mean, different. I mean, some of them are the same, but not all of them.
I wasn't sure if he was meaning as the CNC would use, or I don't know, unless he's talking about between printers. I don't know.
Well, printer is a CNC.
Yeah, but I think it's what? Gerbil?
Okay. Did we answer this question from Dwayne?
The one about the 40 rounded corners?
Yeah. Did
Nope.
we answer?
Right. No, we did not do that yet.
Okay. Should we hit that one?
Yep.
Once in a while, I cut graphics like John's, and the sharp corners get rounded slightly rather than sharp. Feed is 40 inches per minute. Any ideas why only once in a while?
Constant velocity.
Just what I was going to say.
Yep.
You can go into your settings in your Mach 3 and change your constant velocity to exact, I believe.
Is he using Mach 3? Do we
Yeah,
know
that's a
that
good
for
point.
sure?
Good point.
I mean, just about all of them. I mean, if he's using Mach 3, I can show him where it is to change it. But if he's not, UC, CNC, or Mach 4, just about all of them have some kind of thing to.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's using
says-
Mach 3.
Okay, well, we've got a few minutes before we do the drawing here. Let me see if I can pull this thing up without crashing everything. Oh, let's see. What? Let's, there we go. Okay, let me add this. Let's see, right here, you say a CV mode and it is green, so that means it's turned on. So that's one thing you can look for right on your main page. And if we come down here to go to config, then general config, and come over here to where my little red mouse is, it says CV control. And of course I would select one. No, I guess it is on there. It says stop constant velocity on angles greater than 85 degrees. That's how this particular profile is set. So that's what you want to play with. First, you want to make sure you got it turned on, which would be a check. I think let's see if that, no, I guess you gotta, I was thinking it would make that go off right there. It's been so long since I fooled with this. But anyway, you want to have that checked, tell it to stop on angles greater than, and then you want to play with that number. I don't even know if there's does anybody remember, is there a default number in there when you load Mach 3? I can't remember. But, some machines, depending on how slow you're running stuff, you might get by with that at like 89. But you can see I brought it down all the way to 85 on this particular profile. But that's what you'll want to change, because if you're going too fast for it just doesn't have time to slow down, so it just kind of zips around and then you'll end up getting some rounded off. But if it's going more of a, if it's going more where it's turning but it's not really turning more than 90, it'll probably make it okay, and it'll still look kind of squared off. But I don't know if I'm describing that right. I know what I'm wanting to say. I'm probably not saying it right, but
He said thanks. He'd check it out.
yeah, you just have to play with that number.
Yeah, you could go to the exact stop too, if you wanted to.
Yeah, you can do that. I hate
Yeah.
using it like that because it's really. But yeah, if you just turn that all the way off and have exact stop, then it's like zip and it stops. It's really slow.
Yeah.
So, but usually if you find that sweet spot for your machine with the constant velocity, usually it'll work okay.
Sweet. There was also a question from Brooks Martin asking about, I guess, you had mentioned it, I guess, a week or two ago about G54, G55 talks.
Okay. Well, I showed y'all my little, I call them teaching aids, my little blocks I got made, but we're already at an hour here.
Yeah.
It's not going to take that long, but I probably should at least start off the show doing that if somebody wants to see that. I will, unless I have a guest or something next week, I'll do that first thing, Brooks, and we'll go over that. It doesn't really take long, and maybe by then I'll have my fancy cameras. Because I couldn't really show you good now because I don't have the other camera. It's the other camera that I normally have out here is now pointed at my 3D printers. So, which I guess, by the way, they're still.
One's done.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the ender finished. Actually, though, that ender, that part, I can't wait to see how that comes out. That's running some neon orange, and it was brand new. I hadn't opened it, but I started that at about 9:30 this morning. So it has taken probably about 12 and a half hours for that to complete. And what's funny is I started that one at 9:30. Maybe 9:15, something like that. And about 30 minutes later, I started a blue one over here on the one on the right, the hick top.
Hmm.
And that one is back here. It finished at about 7:30, even though it started 30 minutes before the ender. So, in fact, I thought I was timing it right where they would both be running during the show. And then this one finished so quick, and I thought, well, do I want to start another one? I thought, yeah, I'll go ahead and start it. It'll run all night.
I was going to ask which one's faster, but I think you just answered that. So
yeah, that other one's a lot faster.
Raymond's got a question.
Okay.
Yeah. There it is. Anybody use camera mode in Mach 3?
I have not.
okay, for someone who doesn't use Mach 3, what is camera mode? I don't even know what that is.
Well, I'm going to take a guess because I've still got Mach 3 opened over here. And I've been using Mach 3 for a long time, and I don't really know. And of course, now that I'm looking for it, I probably won't find it. It's in here somewhere. But anyway, okay. I'm wondering, and I don't know. So if anybody knows, somebody pipe up and answer this in the chat. But I'm wondering if it's something like the way they put a camera and then use it with light burn.
Okay.
Anybody know? I don't have a clue.
I've never. I only work with what works, so I don't want to make nothing else on my plate.
I know that I have seen something about a camera somewhere.
I thought I saw something on their website.
Okay, well, I don't know if this is what they're talking about, but if you come over here to video window under plug-in control, oh heck, now I got something totally different.
It's to set the origin position in Mach 3.
Okay. At the same time I did.
Yeah.
See, okay, this says unable to start camera. Well, obviously I don't have one connected to this. But I don't know. I've never played around with it. I always wondered what the heck that was because I'm like, what's a camera got to do with a CNC? I don't. But then when I
think I know what it is. Years ago, I saw in Linux where someone had a camera like pointing down from their gantry, and they had the crosshairs on it, and they used that to align things instead of a laser. But I thought that was I thought a laser would be a lot better and cheaper, but in the end, it was kind of cool, yeah. I guess. We were into
okay,
that
so that's kind of what what the camera does in light burn for lasers.
Mm.
You can, in fact, I don't know if you've ever watched much about. I'm trying to get back to these comments here. I can't find. I was trying to turn that comment off to get it out of the way because we're covering up Rob down there. But I can't.
Well, I thought we were doing everybody a favor by covering up Rob.
Oh.
Sorry, my bad.
There we go. No, if you've ever seen a glow forge, that's how they do everything. They have a camera mounted in the center of that thing, and you put your workpiece in there, and I don't know exactly how it all works, but it works pretty well. It's like if you had something that's a real a regular shape, and you stuck it in there, and then you wanted to put text on it, but you wanted to make sure you didn't get it off the edge or something. It really lines it up nice. So I don't know. Maybe that's, but I've been seeing that in Mach 3. Mach 3's old, but I've just never been curious enough to go, I'm going to find out what that is, because I don't.
Well, it's a good thing you got web cameras coming.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually curious about it myself.
Yep, here it goes.
Yeah, I just prefer to run it the old-fashioned way, I guess.
I know BCNC also has a camera option, but it's like what Rob was talking about for zeroing, wherever it is. But I haven't tried that either.
Roger the Tinker said it's for scanning, and Troy Pritchard asked him for like 3D scanning. Kind of waiting to see an answer what he thinks.
I don't think it's
I wouldn't.
3D.
I don't think it would be 3D.
Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. Alan mentions the light burn, and you can add it. They sell a camera that you can add, and everybody puts it pretty much in the center of their, their cover underneath, and then it shoots down and gets the work area, and I don't know. I don't know exactly how they work. It just, to me, it always, especially for a CNC, it just seems like that's something else to have to worry about having right,
Roger said
So-
2D scanning.
Yeah. Alrighty. Okay, well, we've been at it here a little over an hour. I guess we should probably do a live drawing. What do you say?
Well, yeah.
We
Cross
have,
my fingers.
let me get this edit here. We got 77 in there right now. So if you haven't already put your hashtag in there, it's hashtag Mini Jenny, all one word. And we'll be giving away this beautiful thing. It's the 1/8 inch compression bit. Just like he says there. I need to get one of those. I don't have one of those.
That is a pretty looking bed.
But anyway,
Sure is.
okay, we're up to 81. I'll give it another minute or two. Anybody else got anything they want to throw out before we do this drawing? Because we'll be signing off here pretty quick after this.
Cadence MFG in design.
Got all the people that sneak in at the end here.
Get them.
98.
Yep, www.cadencemfgdesign.com. All right, we're at 81. That's 82. Let's do this. Good luck, everybody. And here we go.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Chips and a cola.
Curtis Winsey.
No, Curtis. Man,
You see how they tease you?
I love it how it always kind of hangs on that last one.
It's like just a big old kick in the Jimmy. I mean, it's like, guess what? Jim, you did not win.
Congratulations, Curtis.
Yeah, congratulations, Curtis.
Congrats.
And
Make sure you make something nice and then show it to Jim.
yeah, make sure.
That's cool.
Make sure. I think Curtis might be a first-time winner. I can't remember, but I can't even remember them anymore because we've done so many of these now. But make sure you contact Cody at www.cadencemfgdesign.com. Give him your shipping information, and he will get that penny Jenny out to you. And once again, a big thanks to Cody. He does this every single week. Oh, you know what? I'm such an idiot. I had a little ticker made up, and I didn't even turn it on.
Oh,
Y'all thought you were going to get
that.
out of here without me talking about the challenge. Yeah, I was going to leave that running all the whole show, so I wouldn't have to say something about it. It would just be on there. But yeah, the Gatton CNC Christmas Challenge, the 7th annual Gatton CNC Christmas Challenge, will be coming up. Be here before you know it, folks. You know. So there you go. There's my
No
little
rules
ticker.
say that you can't start now.
Yeah, you can start
Rules
now.
don't post it.
It just doesn't official. I mean, it really wouldn't matter if you posted it, I guess. But I don't want anybody to send me anything until Black Friday. That's when it officially starts. So anyway,
And Marcelo must have his ears must have been burning because he just tuned in on us. So,
yeah,
Marcelo, we were talking about you and your work.
yeah,
We bragged on you a little bit, buddy.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, they're dropping like flies now, so we're going to go ahead and get out of here too. Everybody have a great weekend, and we will see y'all next week. I guess we'll do the G54, 55 stuff, offset stuff, and whatever else. If anybody's got any pictures, send them to me, and we'll see y'all next week. Everybody have a great weekend.
Good night, everybody.
Night, everybody.
And there we are.